Welcome to your IELTS listening practice from Spinta.org. This is a mini-test designed to help you practice a specific section of the exam and improve your confidence. The recording will be played one time only, just like in the official test. Let's begin.
Welcome everyone to today's lecture on the topic of autonomous vehicle ethics, specifically focusing on the programming of moral decisions in unavoidable accidents. In recent years, with the rapid development of technology, autonomous vehicles have emerged as a revolutionary advance in transportation. However, this innovation brings forth a myriad of ethical challenges that society must grapple with. Today, we will explore what these challenges are and how they can be addressed. To begin with, let's define what we mean by autonomous vehicles. These are vehicles equipped with technology that enables them to navigate without direct human input. While this offers tremendous potential to improve safety and efficiency on our roads, it also raises complex questions about the decisions these vehicles must make in unavoidable accident scenarios. How do we program an autonomous vehicle to react when faced with a dilemma that could endanger lives? This question touches on the very ethics of programming and accountability. The ethical framework known as utilitarianism is often referenced when discussing these dilemmas. Utilitarianism posits that actions are right if they promote the greatest happiness for the greatest number. In the context of autonomous vehicles, this might mean programming the vehicle to minimize harm in an accident situation, ideally preserving the most lives possible. However, utilitarian approaches are not without their critics. Another perspective that we must consider is deontological ethics, which is based on rule-based principles. A deontological stance might argue that it is inherently wrong to make decisions that directly cause harm to any individual, regardless of the potential outcome. This creates a significant tension in the programming of autonomous vehicles when faced with moral dilemmas. Next, we delve deeper into the complexities of programming these vehicles. The technology relies on algorithms which are designed to analyze data from various sensors and make instantaneous decisions. However, the programming of these algorithms must account for human psychological factors, which can complicate the decision-making processes. For instance, how do we factor in the emotional response of the vehicles, passengers, versus the pedestrians or other road users? This leads us to the ethical dilemmas that manufacturers face. Decisions surrounding programming involve significant moral judgments about whose life is more valuable in scenarios where harm is unavoidable. Stakeholders, including manufacturers, lawmakers, and insurance companies, all have vested interests in these decisions, which complicates the ethical landscape. Additionally, we cannot ignore the legal implications regarding liability in the event of an accident. If an autonomous vehicle is involved in an accident that results in injury or death, who is held responsible? Is it the manufacturer, the programmer, or the driver who is no longer in control? Understanding the liability landscape is crucial for establishing clear ethical guidelines. Traffic scenarios often present a range of outcomes based on the vehicle's programming. For example, consider a scenario where an autonomous vehicle must choose whether to steer towards a group of pedestrians to spare the passengers inside, or to brake and accept that the impact will be unavoidable. The consequences of such a decision are vast, and each outcome invites rigorous ethical considerations. Moreover, the data collected from autonomous vehicles plays a critical role in the ethical conversation. The use of data not only raises concerns about privacy, but also about the security measures in place to protect that data. As autonomous vehicles gather detailed information about their environment and the people within it, the potential for misuse of that information becomes a pressing ethical issue. Finally, let us recap the primary points we have discussed today regarding autonomous vehicle ethics. First, the distinction between utilitarian and deontological ethics provides a framework for understanding the moral decisions these vehicles might face. Second, the programming of algorithms is a complex task that must account for a variety of human factors. Third, the involvement of various stakeholders complicates the ethical landscape further. Fourth, liability in accidents raises significant ethical questions. Fifth, scenarios that vehicles might encounter present challenges in decision-making. And lastly, the implications of data privacy and security must not be overlooked. To conclude, as we continue to implement autonomous vehicle technology into our transportation systems, the ethical considerations and frameworks we develop will significantly influence the effectiveness and acceptability of this technology. Conflicting ethical stances will necessitate ongoing discussions and potentially new frameworks that can better guide the programming and operational standards for these vehicles in scenarios of unavoidable accidents. Thank you for your attention today. I encourage you to consider these ethical challenges as vital parts of the evolving conversation around autonomous vehicles and their impact on society.
You have now completed the practice test. When you are ready for a full exam experience, visit us at Spinta.org. There you will find complete mock tests for all 4 skills: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. Our platform provides instant AI feedback for your speaking and writing tasks, along with an accurate prediction of your band score. Take control of your preparation at Spinta.org.